Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is part one of my analysis for the Bird Box movie. Now, if you haven't seen this movie, go watch it. This is going to contain a lot of spoilers. Now, let's begin. Now, first off, this is the creature that was supposed to be portrayed in the movie, right? And I'm going to explain to you through different videos of what this is supposed to mean. This is the painting the guy had. And I don't believe that the monster in Bird Box is an actual monster. Now, let's start with the painting. All right, so boom. This is the painting at the beginning of the movie. And if we pay attention to what's going on, right, you can see everybody's looking down. Looking down, looking down, looking down, looking down. And what do you think they're looking at? Most likely it's a phone, right? You can see the source of light, right? And it's like this one has a phone, that one has her own phone. This one is probably looking at what she's looking at. She's looking at her own phone. He looks like he's looking at her phone. And I think she's looking at this guy's phone. See what I'm saying? Now, in the movie, in this scene, the artist and her sister, they're looking at the painting. And the artist asked, "What do you think?" And she said, "I see a whole bunch of people sitting together, but they all feel incredibly lonely." And then she said, "Loneliness is just incidental. It's all about people's inability to connect." Now look at this article from The Atlantic, right? Ignoring people for phones is the new normal, right? Now watch. Just like in that painting, you see the light reflecting off the face. Everybody has something that they're looking at on their phone that has them connected, right? They're here socially to connect with each other, but instead they're looking at their phones. Now this sets up the premise for Bird Box, right? I always thought, what does a bird box have to do with this movie? You see what I'm saying? I always try to find meaning in the name. Now, if you take a look at a bird box, the bird is encaged, right? It could see the world around it going on, but it cannot interact with anything, you see? And the bird can scream and shout all it wants, right? But it's contained in this space. Does that make sense? It will go through all the emotions of seeing what's going on the outside world, but there's no way for the bird to actually interact with what's going on. And this is just like what we see on the internet now. Everybody is watching politics and the wars going on. You know what's going on, man. If you've been on the internet anytime for the past couple of years, there's nothing really positive that has been produced by the media. Like nothing reassuring the public that, everything's going to be okay. It's been tragedy after tragedy after tragedy ever since what happened, especially in 2020. Now, if we take a quick look, right, there's another painting here. And this painting, they never speak about it in the movie. But I was looking for everything, any little detail, right, in this scene that can help me solidify my claim on what this monster is. And it's in this painting.
That's not how it's going to be for you.
If we pay attention to what's going on right now, right? Let's take let's look at this painting real quick and I'll explain. You have a girl here, right? And you see in the shadow, you can see these eyes, right? And it's kind of hard to make out what's in this painting right here, but I believe those are wolves. And they're all staring at this girl, right? And what does this also look like? Boom. You see? this is what it looks like. Now, what's the new habit that everybody has? Anytime something tragic happens, everyone around pulls out their phone and they start to make a spectacle of what happened, right? And you see the comments all the time, people saying, why is nobody helping? Why is nobody calling? Everybody is just recording somebody getting hurt or a fight is going on, right? Everybody's just trying to go viral. And it's the same thing happening right here. You see how the wolves are watching? It's just like how somebody would be in a dire situation, hurt, and the people around, instead of helping, they would take the opportunity to benefit off of their suffering, right? Everybody has their little phones out, their little eyes out to record and to post it on the internet so that they can get likes. You see? All right, so here we go. These are the wolves right here, you see? So now people are no longer human. They're like wolves, right? When they see somebody in a dire situation or getting hurt really badly, right? Instead of helping, they become the predator and whip out their phones and make a spectacle of whoever's, in the situation. So here, so far, we've looked at the photos, right? And we can see the two types of people we'll come across in this to really solidify what's really going on in Bird Box. You have those who are all sitting together, right? Socializing, but not really socializing. They're paying attention to their phones. And then you have the other group who are like wolves, right? They use others' misfortune to benefit themselves, even though they're not the ones causing this misfortune, but they're benefiting off of it, if that makes sense. Kind of like how a lion would kill an animal and the hyenas would come and pick up the scraps. The hyena didn't kill that animal, but they come and benefit from it also. Now this concludes the first episode of this video series on Bird Box. In this one we broke down what the pictures mean, and in part 2 we'll be taking a look at why people are doing this, right? And what happens right before they, let's say, they self-destruct, you see? And then we'll have a solid idea on why the Bird Box monster is not really a monster.